read nonfiction text, you read real information. Authors present that information in many different ways to help you better understand the topic you're reading about. Let's review. I will point out all the nonfiction text features in the ebook I created about my favorite fruit, grapes. Here's the cover. It is common to find the table of contents when you first open a nonfiction book. The table of contents lists the sections of a book and the pages on which they can be found. For example, if I wanted to learn about grape jelly, I would open the book to the table of contents and read through the topics until I find one that best fits. Oh yes, production and use. Grapes are used to make jelly. I bet I could find something about grape jelly on page 6. I won't have to read the whole book from cover to cover. I can use the table of contents to quickly locate the information I want to learn. This is the heading. It tells me what I will be reading about in this section. These are subheadings. They relate to the heading but are like a mini topic. In order to describe grapes, I divided this section into 2 different parts of the grapes, the vine and the fruit. In nonfiction, you might also come across special print that is darker. We call that bolded. Underlined or slanted. We call that italics. When authors do that, they are trying to make sure you notice that word. Many times, the special printed words can be found in the glossary or index. If I came across the word cluster in this book and didn't know the meaning of the word, I could flip to the glossary, which is located near the back of the book, to see if I could find the meaning. The glossary lists vocabulary words alphabetically. Cluster. There it is. A group of berries, one bunch. Now I know what the word cluster means. I can flip back to the page I was on and continue reading, but with a better understanding now. These are illustrations and photographs. The author uses these features to help you understand what something looks like. Captions and picture titles are used to help you understand what the photo or illustration shows. This photograph shows grapes growing on a trellis, and this illustration shows the parts of a grapevine. Labels are also used to point out specific parts in an illustration or photograph. Now I know all about the different parts of a grapevine. There is also a table on this page. Tables organize information. This table names the different varieties of red and white grapes. Sometimes authors will also use graphs to organize information relating to numbers. On this page, the author provided a world map. I know that because I read the title above the map. When I look closer, I can spot a key in the lower corner of the map. Do you see it? The key tells me that the symbol of a star represents a top grape growing country. That's cool and super helpful. The map makes it easier for me to picture all the places where grapes especially like to grow. The index is like the glossary in that it can be found near the back of the book and lists words in alphabetical order. But it isn't a list of new vocabulary words related to the topic. It is a list of ideas in the book. The index tells you what page the idea is on. If I wanted to learn how to prevent birds from eating my grapes, and I couldn't find in the table of contents, I would turn to the index in the back of the book. I would look for words that start with the letter B. Birds, B-I-R-D-S. Can you find the word birds? There it is. I can learn about the topic of birds on page 217. Now that you know about nonfiction text features, find a nonfiction book around your home or at the library and try to identify as many parts as you can. Not all nonfiction comes in a book, but magazines, newspapers, and online resources use similar features. Click on the Wonderopolis graphic below and learn about the Wonder of the Day. It's my favorite website to visit because it is incredibly interesting and it has taught me so much. Check it out.